Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is the weekly Wednesday Wargaming questions and answers. It's an off-the-cuff video, guys. What that means is I record and upload. There is no fancy editing skills. You won't see my intro at the beginning, but I do have transition buttons, so if there's noise that's under my control, I can stop filming and carry on. These weekly Wednesdays, essentially a Q&A. You guys ask me questions and I answer them. They're primarily model focused, of which is primarily Games Workshop 40k stuff. There is terrain questions from time to time as general information about myself, what's going on in the workshop. I do have a weekly vote, which I show you that, and you vote on this. You comment on this video what you want me to paint for next Monday's painting video. And I have I usually review a data card, which I'm planning to do that today. I wasn't able to last week, I was so behind time. Right, so Monday's painting video, I set up to upload on YouTube. I got to work, I checked the status of it, unable to upload. For some reason the computer turned itself off. I don't know why. And it wasn't somebody switched it off, because the switch on the extension was on. So the computer just switched itself off. I don't know, unless it done itself an update in the background, and then so I had to upload that on Tuesday. So yesterday's video, well, I should have started the Let's Build the New York Boys yesterday, but that's going to be started tomorrow now, because there's a lot of other stuff that's been going on in the background here, and I'm going to touch on that a little bit, but not quite yet, because in case I say a bad word. Okay, so how many more Marvel Crisis Protocol models do you have left? I answered this question. I said I think it's between 5 to 8. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there's 7 that I know of. But I think there could be 9. I think. But I know what 7. I think I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm looking at 5 here, but I think there's 9. Obviously, I want to get them done. You know, someone said to me, "Why don't you just still put them in the vote as normal, but just pluck one out? Maybe that's not in the vote. Just paint that. You know, or just do a random power paint video on that, just to get them done." The problem I'm finding is, I'll paint them. They're fantastic models, don't get me wrong. I paint one up and it doesn't get as much attention as maybe it should. So I just, I just go, okay, I'll put it on the back burner. Like Dr. Octopus here. Absolutely fantastic. A fantastic model, fantastic sculpt. A very good paint job. Very simple technique in there as well, to get the yellow looking really nice. If you haven't seen it, go check it out, guys. But yeah, I'm really contemplating to just start maybe trying to squeeze one of them a week in a painting video, because they're not that difficult to paint. They are very quick, but the quicker they're painted up, I can play a game with them then. There was another question. I'm looking at your MP Marvel Crisis Protocol. Why do you just play a game with the unpainted ones? It would just as cool. Because some of them you need to see the colour on them, just so you can readily identify them on the table. That's what I'm thinking when I'm looking at them. And you don't have that many models on your team, so it's not like 40k where you might have a 10-man squad here, or 10 Battle Sister squad here, or 20 Homogons or something like that. It is only a few models. Maybe 5 models at most. So it is, to me, they have to be painted. It is, if you're playing, say, Cure Team, I'd say the same thing. Get them painted. There's only a handful of models. Just get them painted. I was about to say nice and Chaos Nice, but they're quite big things to paint anyway. But I want them painted before I put them in a game. That's just me. There's actually another question about the pink. Where did you first learn about the pink? Using the pink first, then the yellow on top when it's dry, to get the good coverage that you have. I can't honestly remember. Now, when this question came in, I was actually this morning, I was there thinking, how the hell where did I learn that? I can't honestly tell you if I've seen it on another YouTube channel. I can't honestly tell you if I was in a model shop and someone's told me that this is the way to do it, or when I was younger and we were going to a charity shop and buying a white sheet, make a wooden frame, and you staple it to the wooden frame tight, and you paint it with white emulsion paint for the walls, but you paint on there, and when it's dry then you've got a canvas to work on. It's a poor man's type of painting canvas. I can't remember if in the process of a group painting, where this was the image and this is the area you're going to work in, whatever you want to put in that area, but this is the theme of the picture, and everyone was doing it. I don't know if someone said to me then, if you want to get a nice bright yellow, use pink first. I couldn't tell you, to be honest with you, but it is very easy step to do, very easy. I've done it on him, I've done it on Wolverine as well, so it is a very easy step. Let's give us those questions. But there's no game this week, unfortunately. Part of it is to do with some of the stuff I'm going to touch on that's been going on here in the background. It just meant that my presence had to be here, which then didn't line up with Mark being free to come over. So, unfortunately, that's the way it is now. We're past the 5 minute mark, so I can actually talk about this sort of thing now. I can't go into too much detail because there are people that know the people involved, okay, and I don't want them just going, oh, I heard this, and oh, are you okay? Oh, that's stupidness. Okay, we have a single woman here with 3 kids. Okay, her ex, cut a long story short, attacked her 2 days in a row with a hammer. Not here, outside on the road. Destroyed the car, everything else. Okay, and the guards were involved, the cops were involved, and everything else. But it's been, I can't disappear off in case he comes in up here. Now, if he did come up here, my goal would not be to cause harm. My goal would be to protect everyone else and delay until the guards come. We've had armed guards driving around, making sure he doesn't come over. They've been trying to hunt him since the weekend. And some might guard a car as well, just down from the house and stuff like that. So it's quite serious. So because of that, I wasn't able to leave as such. Still been to work and stuff as normal. There's been someone else here to do the same role that I would have done, and then when I've come back, they've stayed awake to make sure that I'm rested for the next day. That kind of, I can't go into too much detail about it, but that's, but each time she was attacked, the 3 kids were with her, so it's quite serious. That's also why there's been a little slowdown on what I'm doing here, because if I'm in here and he comes in, I've got the element of surprise. But if he comes to the front, I'm not going to see or hear him from here. So I've been lurking in the house, trying to squeeze in time to get stuff done as I go along. It's just been tough. So hopefully they'll get him in the next soon. They'll sort all that out and we can go back to just normality. There's a little bit of, I can't really go into it too much, okay? So I'm just explaining to you what's been going on in the background, because a few of you have said to me, you seem a bit distracted. You haven't been producing as much content, because I was doing 4 to 5 videos a week for so many weeks there, and it's just then started slowing down, and that's the reason why, because of all that kind of background. I also want to mention as well, I'm at a stage of the year where I'm dealing with turf. For those who don't know, turf is a fuel source material that you put in your burner at the winter time, and it heats your house and heats the radiators and all that sort of stuff. And every year when I deal with it, my hands get destroyed. They just dry out and they get so destroyed by the turf dust getting everywhere. So when the reason I'm saying that is if I'm doing a painting video, you know, over the next month or so, or I'm doing a let's build or something, and my hands are on camera and they look, you know, broken, dried and horrible, I do apologise, but that is just what happens. And I can't say I'm not going to do that because I need to do this, because that needs to be done to keep everyone warm and everything else. I won't even be here when they're using it for the fire. So, but anyway, I'm going to bring you a data card now and review a data card. Now, what I do with data cards for everyone that's new, I show you a data card, and it's for a unit or a hero that I have actually used on the table. So if it's for like a unit, and I know, say for example, when I showed you Necron Warriors, I showed you the good combination with the Plasmancer, and I think I showed you the Technomancer as well, but the Plasmancer and the Royal Warden that you, this is what it does, and this is how the interaction of it works, you know, that kind of thing. So if it is a data card for an army you play, it may be for a hero or unit that you haven't used before. And if I said to you, look, this is how you know, best way of using this guy or this unit, then you'll go, oh, okay, and then you'll look at it into yourself and it helps you with your gameplay. But yeah, so I'm going to grab one of those and bring it out and show you. Right, so I don't think I've shown you these guys before. If I have, I do apologise. Okay, so Locust Heavy Destroyers. Okay, this is the model. It's an absolutely fantastic. So I actually have two more of these, but they're not painted because I painted this one on camera, so there's no need to paint the other two on camera. They have movement of 8, which is quite fast for Necrons. Toughness 6, so Space Marine bolt guns are going to be wounding them on a 5 before any sort of buffs or anything else. They're 3+ save, they have 4 wounds each, so they are quite tasty. Literally 7+, which is not the best, but they have OC 2 each. So if you put these up on your backfield, on your home field objective, with a good line of sight across the table, they are going to, you know, hold that objective and do some serious damage. Now, they come with 2 weapons. I'm going to try and butcher their names as much as I can. There's a Enmetic Exterminator. Okay, that's heavy, so if they don't move, they get +1 to hit. It's rapid fire 6. I'll come back to it in a second. It's sustained hits 1. Okay, it's a range of 36. So if they're shooting within half range, which is 18 inches or less, they get an additional 6 shots. 6 attacks, hitting on freeze, strength 6, AP -1, and 1 damage each. Okay, so it's a very good way of taking that infantry. So if that was shooting at a Space Marine, let's just presume they're just outside of 18 inches. There's 6 dice, and you freeze to hit. Because it's sustained, hits 1. Any rolls of a 6 is an additional hit. Strength 6, wounding the Space Marine on A3. Space Marine will be saving on A4+, basic, before any sort of, you know, armor attempt or any sort of cover or anything. It's only 1 damage each. The Gorge Destructor, this is the one I always put on the squad. Again, it's heavy, so they get +1 to hit. It has lethal hits. So when you're rolling to hit, and you roll with 6 automatic wounds, it's a 48-inch range. So it's a long distance. But they're only 1 shot each. Hitting on freeze again. Strength 14. So shooting at a basic Space Marine, you're wounding them on a 2. Shooting at, say, Dreadnought, you're going to be wounding them on freeze. Okay, it's -4 AP. So that's a serious amount of, that's stronger than the last cannon. The last cannon's only -3. And it's flat 6 damage each. But the thing is, it's only 1 shot each. So if you got three of them in unit, which I always run for unit 3, all 3 hit, 3 wounded, and let's say it was a Land Raider. Okay, Land Raider failed its armor save on all 3 of them. Would that be 18 damage? Land Raider would be destroyed in 1 shot. One man shooting from this beast. Now, combat weapons. You know, there's a close combat weapon. It's very simple. 2 attacks each. Freeze to hit. Strength 4. AB 0. 1 damage. So basically, you're wounding a Space Marine on a 4+ basic. Okay. They all come with Gorge Destructor standard, but then you can swap it out for the Enigmatic Exterminator. Now, This is where this unit gets really disgusting. It says 4 wounds, okay? With reanimation protocols, so beginning your command phase, you roll D3 for this unit and regenerate that many wounds. So if you lost a model, and you still have 2 models in the unit at full strength, when you reanimate, you bring the other guy back. So it is a very difficult unit to try and get rid of. Okay, so optimized for slaughter. Each time this model in this unit makes an attack with the Enigmatic Exterminator, that's still the 6-shot weapon, that targets a unit excluding monsters or vehicles, reroll wound roll of 1. Each time this model makes a unit that attacks, each time a model in this unit makes an attack with the Ghoul's Destructor that targets a monster or vehicle, reroll wound roll 1. So most of the time you're going to be wounded on 2s. So with this is with the single shot weapon. So that's nice if you're shooting a monster or vehicle, which is their prime target. Again, you're doing the same thing if you're wounded just infantry model. Well, not actually infantry, anything that's not a monster or vehicle. Okay, so there's 1 to 3 in the unit, and it tells you what they're equipped with. They are actually mounted, and they can fly. So they can move over enemy units. So it's quite nice. Destroyer cult, local 7 destroyers. Now, these guys have the option of being led by this lad, the Locust Lord. Now I have the model here, or I have a model here. This is a printed alternative sculpt. Okay, this is actually all printed alternative sculpt. It has a resurrection with his hand there. There is a Let's Paint video on him, or part of the same paint video, sorry. Now, I might have gone through his data card in that video, I'm not sure. But anyway, here's a movement 8, toughness 6, 3+ save or 4+ invulnerable save, so he's quite tasty. 6 wounds, so he's very, very tasty there. Obviously, if the unit gets killed and he's left on his own, you can't then regenerate the unit next turn, because they're gone. Leadership 6 and OC 2 as well. He has the Staff of Light, okay, which is 18-inch range, 3 shots apiece. That was weird. The camera just froze on me there. 3 shots is 2s to hit, strength 5, AP -2, and 1 damage. So basically, shooting a basic Space Marine, you'd be wounding him on 3s. He'd be saving on 5s before any sort of modifiers. It's only 1 damage each. Now he has Lord's Blade and Staff of Light. Okay, so the Lord's Blade has devastating wounds. This is for combat. They're both 4 attacks each, both hitting on 2s. The blade is strength 8, so that'd be wounding Space Marines on 2s. The staff will be wounding Space Marines on 3s. It's AP -3 for the blade. That's as strong as a las cannon. That's insane. It's AP -2 for the Staff of Light. 2 damage for the blade and 1 for the staff. So basically the blade could potentially kill 4 Space Marines in a turn. AP -3, that's tasty. Now here's a leader. This model can be attached to the following units: Locust Destroyers or Locust Heavy Destroyers. The Heavy Destroyers are the ones I've just shown you. Okay. War gear abilities. You can have the Nano Scarab Amulet. The bearer has the Feel No Pain 5+ ability. Okay. That's very handy if you're being sniped with precision weapons. Resurrectional. Once per battle, while the bearer is leading a unit, at the end of any phase, it can resurrect that unit as if it is on the battlefield. When you do, that unit's reanimation protocols are activated, reanimating D6 wounds rather than D3 when doing so. You cannot resurrect more than 1 unit per turn, so it's pretty standard. I forgot to use his one last time in the last game, but it doesn't matter. Obviously, reanimation protocols, and he's a leader. Destroyer cult. While this model is leading a unit, each time a modified unit makes a ranged attack, a successful unmodified hit roll of 5+ scores a critical hit. Okay, so going back to this unit here now. This is the destroyers. So if they were armed with the infantry weapon, every roll of 5+ would be sustained hits 1. If they're armed with the heavy weapon, every roll of 5+ would be lethal hits. That's absolutely savage. Driven by hatred. Each time this model makes an attack that targets an enemy unit that is below half strength, you can reroll the hit roll and reroll the wound roll. Yeah, with his already close combat profile. Oh no, sorry, hold on. Each time this model makes an attack. Oh, so that's his ranged as well. Ah, that's actually, I didn't realise that. I thought it was combat based only. Ah. See, it's good when I do these sort of things, because I actually just thought that was combat. I didn't realise that was each time he makes an attack. That means ranged or fighting. Interesting. But this is a good combination to have. I think he is the locust choice. I think there are 55 points each. I think. I can't remember where he is now. I'd say he's close to 100 maybe. I'm not sure. But he's worth having with them. Not only that, there are some detachments. I think the Awakened Dynasty, you get +1 to hit if you're a hero leading the unit. So even though most of the weapons have heavy on them anyway, yeah, well, they both do have heavy on them anyway. If they've moved to get a better firing position, and you're in that detachment, he would still give them +1 to hit. So that, you know, it's quite tasty. So I printed this guy. I can't actually remember if the body was separate and I print one of these and then just put the body onto it. I can't remember. But if you do have a 3D printer, even if you just print the body and then take an old warrior, put the warrior on there and just modify staff, and you know, it's very easy to convert one. Right, so for all you players out there that are Necrons, that's a good choice. I always get annoyed with myself when I pick a Necron list, but I forget to put them into it because they are very, very tasty, especially for holding backfield. I mean, the last battle report, that's where they were, and they had great lines of sight. You know, I think actually the last of their shooting actually killed the last Bloodclaw and regular Blackmane, which I thought was a bit of a waste, but that's the only target they had. So it's good. It's good. You can only get them as a box of one model, unfortunately, and I can't remember the price on them now. I think they're 35 quid or 40 euros, something like that. Be interesting to see you guys chat below how much it is to buy them in your country. But that's, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to bring you on to the vote now. Now, what is the vote? How does it work? I show you guys a host of models, and you comment on this video what you want to paint for Monday's painting video. In a bit of a tie, I do a dice roll. If you want me to, sorry, just lose myself there. Yeah, in a bit of a tie, I do a dice roll. You can pick the wild card. Okay, you'll find out what the wild card is if it wins, or you can pick Creator's Choice. Now, massive thanks to you guys last week. You did pick Creator's Choice, and that did win 2 votes. I was very sick last week, and I said, okay, let me just paint Dr. Octavius up. So I did. But you can vote for as much as you like. You don't say I vote for everything because it won't count, but you can say I vote for any of the Space Marines or any of the Tyranids or any of the, I say Orcs. Orcs are not on there yet. Any Orcs that I have actually painted, so apart from ones to build, you know, or any of this or any of that. I do try and switch it out every week, just because I try to keep it fresh. But again, what's going on, I've just switched out, you know, a handful of things. There's some tasty things in there. I'm actually, if you pick Creator's Choice this week, I wouldn't know what to pick. I really wouldn't. But anyway, read those show models. Also, if you're not sure how to spell the name of something, because some of them have crazy names, just give me a brief description of what it is. So when I'm looking on the computer there, I can see what it is. Don't tell me it's the third one up from the left on the second shot, because I'm not going to remember what that is unless I come all the way out here, go all the way back in, tell you that down. Okay, yes, that one. Only to read another comment, tell me the same thing again, but a different shot, and then I have to come way out. You know, it's a lot more working around me. I did some other piece of information I want to say as well. But anyway, I'm really going to show you the models first. Right, so we have this kit bashed Warpsmith. He's going to be painted in Nurglisk colours, because that's the most of the body parts used for him were from the Plague Marines. I have the Infernos Marines. I have the old Asmodee Chaplain. I actually think I have another one of them floating around, so if I do, I'll glue him together and try and play with both of them at the same time. Black Widow from Marvel Crisis Protocol. Omega Red from Marvel Crisis Protocol. I was actually looking at his colours on, I play Marvel Strike Force, so I was looking at his colours on there. He's going to be a tough model to paint. A really challenging model. with his white skin. Right, we had the Wraith Blades. We have Khan the Betrayer. He's a little bit kit bashed because I couldn't find his plasma pistol. I have the Chaos Warriors with the Michael Nurgle from old Warhammer. I left Battle Sisters in there because they got voted on last week. I have Sabertooth for Marvel Crisis Protocol. I have Crossbones for Marvel Crisis Protocol. I have moved Wagon up here because it's still an absolute beast of a sculpt. I have the Wizards that are still sitting here. And I got a funny feeling when I start making the terrain for the game that I'm working on, these guys are going to be voted on very quickly. The Wraith Knight, is still here because I don't have space to put him somewhere at the moment. I have the Minotaur still sitting here. I have the World Eaters Doom Prince, and I've left the Venom in this week. One issue I have with everything that's been going on, I'm not getting the time to tidy up in here. Just to give you a heads up of what work I have to do. I have Mark's Mandrakes to drop to him. I have the table to sort out and tidy all this train down. I have all these models to put away from last game. I have the models from the week before to put away. I have all these boxes to reorganise back over there. And there's more on the table. It's just an absolute... It's just pandemonium at the moment. With everything that's been going on, I'm still trying to get stuff done for you guys. And for myself. And for myself, you know. But just... it's difficult to spend past time out here. You know, there was one other piece of information. Totally, it's to do work. Actually, totally shocked me. I went in Monday, and my manager said, "I need to have a word with you." And I said, "What the hell's going on here?" And he's basically telling me he went in for a meeting with the boys, and they weren't happy about availability of stock. What that means is the shop floor, sections of the shop floor, there's no stock into it, but the stock is sitting at the back. It should be here, okay, to sell and for .com to pick it up and take for the customers and stuff. My manager said, hold on a second, boys. He pulled his phone out, okay, he flicked up pictures and he said, this is Monday morning, it looks shit. John's not here on a Sunday. This is Monday, perfect, because John was here. This is Tuesday, perfect, because it was here. Yeah. So Monday morning, this is crap. This is Tuesday because John was here, it's perfect. This is Wednesday because John was here the day before, perfect. This is Thursday, shit, because John wasn't here on Wednesday. Yeah, and they were like, oh, we didn't realise that. And then he then told them, like, really, I have a lot of respect for this guy now. Before I was on the fence, but now I didn't even know he took the pictures. He showed me the pictures as well. He actually turned around to him and said, me and John have a meeting every week, and we have a catch up with what's going on. And if he doesn't see me, he'll tell this other manager who is my friend, and will then tell me what pass it on to me what John said. And basically, what's happening when John's not there, they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. So now I'm coming in the next day. I have to try and do the work that they left the day before, as well as work for that day, as well as going to my backup areas to get stock that I need to fill those gaps, to make the stock available, but that stock isn't on either one of those deliveries. And he said, also, where they're packing some stuff, they're packing it wrong. So then he has to spend time to strip that out and rearrange it and do it properly. Sometimes they're packing it here and it actually goes over there. So he's having to strip that out, take out what they've put there, put that in there, and put that, and he's going round and round in circles. He's not Superman. And they were like, oh, okay, we weren't aware of all that. We were thinking about moving him here. He said, no, I'm going to put my minerals. I'm going to move him out there, put my minerals. So now I just do the drinks. And it's even better because I'm not doing any promotion changes, which is fantastic. It's not difficult, it's just time consuming and it's real headache, because on the information you have, they'll give you 30 items to fit in this space, and you can only get 10 items in there, if that. So it's a real, having to adjust everything and shimmy things up and shimmy things down. I don't do that no more. All the single drinks that are packed right down in front of the store. No, John, you don't pack that. You put them all on one cage from delivery. You put them all on one cage, and just tell the night guys there it is. They have to sort it out. Anything on the special aisle, power aisle, #1, where all this seasonal stuff is promoted. Any drinks that go there, you don't touch it. When the Knights put the person in there to do it, they have to go and get it themselves. You just pack the section. Now, don't go wrong. There's one whole aisle, and the other side has a quarter of an aisle with like tonics and stuff, and the other side is 1/2 of an aisle, which is all just water. If you've been in my store, you'll know. But if you're in my store, you haven't come to say hello to me. Anyway, so at first I was like, what the hell's going on here? My nose is out, right? What's going on here? And then, we was talking it through. About half an hour was having a conversation about it. And then I was like, actually, this is better. I don't even bring the cages up. I bring my waste cages up. And old Rhubarb the Barbarian in the warehouse there, he has been told, 5 o'clock, I want these drinks cages right up there for John. So he can just go in there and just pack. And the section is actually very, very fast moving. So I'm always busy there, which is what I want. I was getting frustrated working in the freezer. It's not because of the cold, I think just because people weren't pulling their weight. And I was going round and round in circles, and the time was getting away from me. So there's that piece of information. I should have looked at it at the beginning of the video, but yeah, so I'm delighted with that. I've been there 2 days now. Tomorrow's gonna be my 3rd day there. Even if they leave delivery, okay, even if they don't pack the delivery for whatever reason, as my manager said to me, in the daytime they'll throw someone in there for an hour and they will just try and fill up as many things that are missing as they can. But when you come in the evening, you do delivery and then just go into the back stocks and start working through the back stocks. And I know he's gone in there today and looked at it, and he's seen that these are the cages to work, but down there, a cage of water, a cage of fizzy drink, a cage of tonics. Okay, I can see where John's been sorting them out, so they're organised. But yeah, that's my thing. I know it's not model ready, it's a bit off topic, but yeah, so I'm quite happy with what they've done there. In a nutshell, these night guys, their attitude is, fuck it, John's in tomorrow, he'll sort it out. Take his full cage, work half of it, fuck it, this backstop, John will sort it out. Well, now it's a case of, no, fuck it, you have to sort it out now. There's no excuse, you can't leave for me to do because I'm not in there no more. You have to sort it out. You have to sort out the singles as well. You have to sort out power on yourself. And the promotion as well. The freezer promotion and change, which is happening, I think, this Monday or following Monday. You have to do all that now. Where I was doing all that before. I was doing the promotion and so I was doing all the packing. So I just say fair play to my manager for standing up for me and covering not just himself, but having the pictures to cover himself and me. Fair play to him. Anyway, guys, thank you if you watched it this far. I did waffle on the last little bit. If you're new to the channel, you see this for the first time, hit the subscribe button because it costs you nothing. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything. Everyone smash the thumbs up button so it triggers YouTube, says video more people, which makes this incredible community of you guys grow even more. I think it's 1,355 subscribers now, which is bonkers. A massive thank you to everyone that joins the channel. I'm glad there's 1,355 people in this hobby that have found this channel and seen something that they like or seen something that helps them with what they're doing. That for me is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I just hope going forward I'm able to deliver more of that for you guys. I know when the channel goes full time, I've really set myself a very difficult bar. For those of you who don't know, when the channel goes full time, the first video that's going up when it's full time is the painting video of the Dark Master. Okay, now the reason why I've set the bar high is because I haven't even started him yet. He's under code, ready to go. I haven't started him. And looking at the detail on him, I'm expecting to maybe spend about 16 hours on him, at least. There's no easy way of just contrast paint and, washing. There probably is, but when I'm looking, I'm not looking and thinking, I'm looking and thinking, I need to do this, I need to do that, and this. But anyway, yeah, I'm waffling on again. If you're new here, I do waffle on a bit, and I do apologise. If you want to support the channel even further, there is a join button below. Just click on that and become a member of the channel. There are various different perks and different tiers. Sorry, wrong round. There are different tiers, and they have different perks on them. I am a little bit because of him, because there was something he did today as well when I was with my little one, and I couldn't do nothing because I had to think of little one. But I can't talk about it too much because the guards are investigating it. But anyway, yeah, become a member of the channel. I appreciate every single person that is a member of the channel. It really helps me out in a massive way. And thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to vote. Until next time. Oh, sorry. If you have a question for me, you can chuck the question below, as always. If I think you need an answer, I'll give you an answer straight away, but then I'll address it the following Wednesday for everyone else that needs the same answer. Because some people watch the video and don't look at the comments. There are no silly questions. So don't think I can't ask, oh, how do I store my paintbrush, or what way should I store my glue, or what, you know, what's the best way of doing this, or what's, there is no silly questions. Everyone starts the hobby fresh, doesn't know anything about it. Okay, you know, you don't even learn things about like leaving your brush in the water because the bristles will bend. You don't learn none of that. It's only watching videos like this or speaking to other painters now too. Those simple things of advice, and you go, oh, why didn't I think of that? There is no silly questions. If you don't want to chuck a question below because you think people are going to troll you, that doesn't happen here. Okay, you can go into Unique Wargaming Terrain Facebook page. There's a message button there. You can send me a message directly. That's good for you if you do. And again, I'll answer it straight away for you if I feel you need an answer quickly, and then I'll address it the following Wednesday. I haven't even started. I was trying to do one terrain build a month. I haven't even started on that yet. I just, with everything that's going on, it's just sort of, it's difficult at the moment. But anyway, guys, hopefully over the next few days, hopefully that will be sorted, and I can actually get back into doing more stuff here for you guys. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I've rambled on far too long. Hit the buttons for me. Don't forget to vote. Until next time, take it easy.